The way I look at that and your personal experience is a telltale sign of how things actually work in reality.
Yeah.
You can have ideas about like what you want to be, for example. Like let's say someone has the idea that they want to become an astronaut and their goal in life is to land on the moon one day. And you have this world again filled with how many million people, like over 500 million, I think, and probably almost like who knows, but how many of those people get to do something like that? And in
Mm.
history, there's only been like a few few handfuls that's ever done it. And there's this kind of idea that like lack of success is equal to failure when it's not the case. You may not have been the person that actually made it to the moon, but did you even get into the program? If you got into the program, you're already part of a very small percentage. If you even got to the point that you were shaking hands with people and not necessarily in the program, you're still part of a small percentage of people. And
Yeah.
if you're the person that was doing all that and you didn't even get to the point that you were shaking hands with people, you just got to the very limit of like, this is actually a possibility for you. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily a failure per se. Sure, in a black and white variation, yeah, you failed. But what did what did you do? Like, what was your goal? The goal was going to the moon, right? It wasn't like becoming a I don't know, like a street sweeper. I don't know, like no shade on street sweepers.
Yeah. I see what you're saying there, where it's like your goal was like above and beyond, and like instead of looking at like, oh, I didn't reach the goal, you should definitely look back and be like, look how far I went. Look how far I got versus other people who only dream of being able to get to the moon. And
Yeah,
they're like a they only dream about it, and the closest they can ever get is just looking at the moon, you know?
to say to for someone to look back at that or to look at it from the third person and say, hey, look, if you really had control over your life, you'd be actually able to reach the moon. Unfortunately, it's not that simple and it doesn't work that way. That doesn't mean that they have any lack of control over their lives. It just means that you have all these other people all around you who also
Mhm.
want to do the same thing that you want to do. And unfortunately, you live in a society and in a world of uh, that it's finite,
Mhm.
that things expire, and not everyone's gonna get there.
Yeah. I kind of see like um I kind of see like the ways in which you can achieve goals is almost like there's multiple different pathways where it's the brute force willpower way. There is um the gentle keep going at it with like earnest effort, small earnest effort that's like very steady. And then I think there's another third one that people don't really think about that I've discovered, where it's like some and these are very particular um this is a very particular method that only I think is achievable if you understand the flow of a specific flow of the universe. I guess this sounds mystical. I swear I'm not like a woohoo person with like like I do have tarot cards, so anyway. I swear that like it's like I don't believe in like future being able to divine divinity or anything like that, but it's like some things it's like a perspective where there's like people who can see these opportunities and like pathways in life, right? The one and most people who can see them either choose the path of who who can see these like I would say the foreground the for up for the forward or like the surface level like pathways, right? That most people can see because they either choose the brunt force method or like the study method. There's other pathways that can only be perceived if you can within yourself find a meditation, a peace, and like a flow that matches with the universe that you can just actually fall into without without like actually like basically you have to surrender yourself to the universe in order to see it, and then from there fall in and be able to fall into the flow and kind of almost like effortlessly bring yourself there. And it's kind of like like I said, it's a very meditative way of going about it. And it's like you kind of just have to watch for the small little opportunities and pathways that most people don't see in order to do it, in order to achieve it. And these like opportunities like are kind of like those like they're the ones that are going to bring you to places that you don't even know where the outcome is. If you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I wanna put a big light on something else while you say that. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, you know what my problem with determinism is?
Yeah.
When you talk about determinism and everything is preordained, it's just contrary to the human spirit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The human spirit that you can clearly see every day
You know.
is completely contradictory to this reality. Because if you were to say that it's all predetermined, then you'd have to say that when you're born, and then you can never be anything else than what you are. Like the people that are in power are chosen, right? They're
Mhm.
ordained by God or the universe put them there, whatever which way you want to say
Dictators.
it. Does that does
Dictators.
that really sound? Yeah, does that really sound like something that's normal to you? Like that,
No. It sounds contradictory, to be honest.
yeah, you have this human spirit where you have people who come from nothing and achieve like incredible heights. I mean, and then when you ask them, if you say, "Oh, you just did it like that, you were lucky," they'll really be mad at you. They'll be like, "Yo, I had to deal with like fucking deaths in my family. I was like a drug addict at some point. I was living on the street, this and
Yo,
that and the other. And you think I just got here
yo,
by luck, you piece of shit?"
I was sucking dick for money. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Type shit. There's so many stories of people who came from fucking nothing, like rock bottom, like meth addicts who became fucking lawyers and
Oh
shit.
yeah, yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. What are you gonna tell
Um,
these people, that they were chosen? I mean, their whole life while they were like in misery, fucking running away from cops and shit, being in prison, that was preordained. Like,
yo,
get the fuck out of here.
I asked my brother a question like of that same caliber, where I'm like, so what you're saying is that all those people who chose to do different for themselves, they were just meant to from the get go. They're like, yeah, they were just born with those. They were born to have the resolve and the resilience to just be able to do it in the end. That was just predetermined. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Like they didn't.
All the
If they had it from the beginning, they would have never been in that situation to begin with. They had to learn. They had to grow. They had to change. Like
well,
it wasn't just given to them by preordained destiny.
like I'm gonna say this for the boys, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know Z, right? Z's was a fucking like a dork, a geek, bro. Like, they didn't respect this motherfucker at all.
Z's?
And then he's
Who's
like, you know
that?
what?
Who's
I'm gonna be
Z's?
a bodybuilder. He's a bodybuilder. He died
Oh, he's a
from,
guy. Okay. On the internet or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
Okay.
He's well known on the internet in certain circles. He
Okay.
died from, let's say, abuse of drugs.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
say
But
abusive drugs. You mean testosterone? No, you mean steroids? No, I'm kidding.
stuff, you have the right idea.
Oh
You have the
shit.
right
I was
idea.
right.
Yeah. But
Um,
the thing is, you see him as a kid, you'd think that people would walk over him. He was the type of person that looked like he was very much fair game to be bullied. And, didn't get no girls and everything, right? And then at some point, right, he was like exactly the opposite. He would walk around, people would want to be around him and stuff, right? He was the man.
for me, like the whole like self determinism thing, like all brings me back to our episode on rebellion. I'm like, you telling me that I have a certain destiny? Well, fuck you and your destiny. I ain't doing it. Like
Type shit.
anybody tells me that there's an outcome that must be done, and I like, dude, the prophecy shit. I hate those stories where like the chosen one prophecy, like, bitch, please, who said I wanted all that? Who said I wanted all that? I didn't say I want that. I was like, I'm going my own way. Like, I'm gonna forge a new path on my own, even if it's gonna fucking, even if I have to bulldoze with or like get a shovel on my own and just like start digging. Like I'm gonna start like I'm gonna get my own like axe, start chopping wood, and make my own damn path. Like you telling me you got this paved road for me? I don't want it. You know,
This
it's
is
called
where
I'm a
I
rebel.
believe in
Yeah.
this is where I believe in determinism, and this might irk certain people the wrong
Oh,
way.
where there's destiny? You believe in destiny, my guy? Oh
I don't
shit.
believe in destiny. It's determinism. Like when it comes down to it, genetically speaking, you know, we're mammals, we're human beings, and we have genetic makeup that makes us prone to survival. Meaning
Mm,
that our our strive for survival is going to make us head in a certain direction.
mm,
When it comes to favoring, let's say, nature over us, generally speaking, we're going to favor us over nature. When it comes to whether or not certain things get to survive or certain things don't get to survive, when it comes to whether or not, let's say, we eat uh, those things would die without us. There are examples where there's genetically modified plants or trees that without human intervention would never survive. So here we are as human beings in our own survival. We maintain and create things for our own survival, which guide the whole of humanity in a certain direction. That's very deterministic, but it's not deterministic in the way that we're actually in control of everything. You're control of the things that you can be control of, and you're not in control of the things that you're not in control of. And it's, when you put it that way, very simple.
it's almost like the power of one becomes the direction of many.
Yes,
Hmm, I get that.
if you ever worried about like how is it that this person that you or any other person might think is completely stupid and doesn't know what they're talking about, and then you look at their fan base and there's like thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions on certain occasions of people who are following this person that you personally think is a complete idiot, then you have your answer.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, plenty of those characters running around.
plenty of them. Damn son.
Oh yeah.